and welcome to Vietnam Journal, our daily English news bulletin on Net Viet VT10. I'm Phương speaking from Hanoi. Every day we bring you comprehensive, up-to-date information about Vietnam and following a major story on Friday. Siemens and Vinamoto to produce hybrid buses. July and June lead Vietnam's cost to economic zones. Vietnamese music lovers treasuring vintage loudspeakers. Siemens Vietnam and Vietnam Motors Industry Corporation or Vinamoto signed an agreement on June 14 to develop diesel electric hybrid buses. The new Siemens Alpha hybrid drive technology will be applied in this type of city buses.
The hybrid drive system Alpha combines internal combustion engine with energy generator and high-performance energy storage devices. This combination allows the energy produced during braking to be stored and reused for engine start and accelerations. Siemens agreed to supply all necessary components and provide Vinamoto with technical support to produce a prototype this year. The Alpha systems enable city buses to reduce the fuel consumptions and significantly save up to 50% operating costs. However, only 20 countries worldwide are currently operating around 2,000 Alpha hybrid buses due to their high production costs.
Vietnam's Ministry of Planning and Investment has recently established an assessment program to classify Vietnam's coastal economic zones for investment priority. Chu Lai in Quảng Nam Province and Dung Quất in Quảng Ngãi Province have claimed the leading position among the 15 economic zones nationwide.
The two economic zones have been awarded 1,000 points each out of 1,100 maximum points. The zones have been rated according to 5 criteria. The two most important criteria being the availability of seaports for goods transportation and strategic location for regional development, accounting for 500 points. Another criterion relates to close proximity to the airport, 200 points. The final criteria include the presence of driving force projects and capability of attracting strong investment flow, 150 points each. Vietnam will, based on the results of these assessment programs, to shift the investment priority to highly rated economic zones.
And following some other economic news in brief.
Swiss Federal Institute of Technology will give Saigon Industry Corporation (CNS) technical support to develop an electronic chip plant with annual output of 400 million pieces. CNS is currently preparing the project in order to get a green light from the city authorities to start the construction by early 2014. The chip plant requires a total investment capital of $270 million with the whole output produced for the local market. When in place, the chip factory will basically satisfy the domestic demand for chips in broad range of sectors such as automation industry, civil electronics, wireless connection, communications and information security.
Enterprises need to create criteria and processes to ensure reasonable energy consumption. That's one of the measures released in the workshop on water and energy-saving solutions for food processing sector by Midbis Vietnam held on Thursday in Hanoi. The workshop was a chance for Vietnamese small and medium enterprises in food processing sector to meet and exchange the views with experts and suppliers to find measures on saving energy for their own businesses.
Vietnam's rice exports are forecast to drop by 1 million tons compared to last year if the world rice market continues to face difficulties. The country's rice exports may fall to 6.2 million tons from 7.2 million tons last year. The country's traditional markets, including the Philippines and Indonesia, have reduced their rice imports from Vietnam, despite increases in rice demand from Asia and Africa, including China, Malaysia, Senegal, and the Ivory Coast. Vietnam is forecast to export over 123,000 tons of pepper in 2012, worth a total of $894 million. A ton of 500 grams fair average quality first-grade black pepper is currently quoted at a value of between $6,200 and $6,300, while the price of 550 grams American Spice Trade Association first-grade pepper varies from $6,500 to $6,600 per ton, up nearly 20% over the same period in 2011. The price of white pepper has also increased by 19% to $9,400 and $9,500 per ton.
Vietnam Journal. It's not just news, it's life in Vietnam.
Welcome back to our news bulletin. Nearly 100,000 poor and ethnic minority households in Vietnam northern province of Tuyên Quang will eventually benefit from Rural Area Support Project. This project is funded by International Fund for Agricultural Development.
The 6-year project aims to encourage households in 64 communes in 6 districts of Tuyên Quang province to take part in sustainable economic activities to raise their living standards. The project focuses on 3 main tasks: strengthening local capacity to carry out initiatives in rural areas, promoting pro-poor value chains, and introducing more market-oriented policies for communes. Besides, it will bring several important socio-economic benefits, such as improving material and spiritual lives of poor households and ethnic minorities living in the upland areas.
Vietnam Education Foundation, or VEF, has provided additional 55 scholarships for Vietnamese nationals to develop their career of 34 leading U.S. universities in the 2012 and 2013 academic year. This information was released by VEF President Isaac Sivera at a press conference on Wednesday.
49 postgraduates will pursue doctorate and master degrees in biology, epidemiology, IT, electronics and telecommunications. The remaining 6 scholars will develop their skills through postdoctorate programs in 12 months in the fields of science and technology. VEF has sent 424 postgraduates to study in the United States since the scholarship programs was launched in 2003. In addition, it has also helped 38 scholars to conduct their research in the United States since 2007.
Some people want not just to hear music, but also to experience it authentically, naturally and dynamically. These enthusiasts love to possess loudspeakers that can render music with perfect authenticity. Not choosing the high-end loudspeakers, some of these men in Vietnam prefer vintage ones. What is so special about these vintage loudspeakers they love? Let's follow our story.
A space filled with rhythm of long-lasting songs. This space preserves the soul of 100-year-old vintage loudspeakers. These people sitting right here have a similar taste for music, the passion for vintage loudspeakers. Not only because they are nostalgic, but also because of the desire to share that passion with each other. The genre of music they love displays classical elements, and the loudspeakers to play the music must be the restored ones. Hence, taking a sip of tea, taking joy in long-gone pieces of music via these vintage loudspeakers, they together enjoy the unexpectedly fascinating sound.
Về những cái loa cổ mình thích nó là bằng những vật liệu rất quý mà bây giờ hầu như người ta ngừng sản xuất rồi. Và khi nghe âm nhạc trên những cái thiết bị như thế thì rất quyến rũ, rất là ma thuật. Mình nghe cái tiếng violon, piano, rồi mình cảm giác như là cái người nghệ sĩ như đang đứng trước mặt mình để chơi. Thì đấy là cái niềm đam mê đem đến cho mình. Một cái nữa là khi mà sử dụng những cái thiết bị cũ và gần như là bị hư hỏng mà mình mình tìm tòi, mình phục chế được ấy, thì nó đem đến cho mình những cái rất là thích thú. Một cái vật nó sản xuất cách đây hàng trăm năm rồi, tưởng chừng như là không hoạt động nữa, nhưng mà qua cái bàn tay của mình ấy, mất khoảng dăm tháng mình phục chế, mình tìm tòi cho nó hoạt động trở lại như cũ, thì đấy là một cái nó đem đến cho mình cái niềm đam mê về sử dụng những đôi loa như thế.
Listening and feeling the music via the vintage loudspeakers is the pleasure of Phương and his friends. That joy multiplies as those seductive bass and treble sounds are emitted from the cell-restored loudspeakers. This is Phương and his friends' pride. This vintage loudspeaker is unique and exclusive in Vietnam, aging 100 years old. It took them almost 5 years to restore the loudspeaker of Western Electric brand. During the period, Phương and his friend had to travel to America several times to get the standard size and measurement of the loudspeaker. Additionally, they asked their friends in Germany and France to collect components to restore the loudspeaker to its original version. The distinctive side of the loudspeaker lies not only in the exotic snail-like structure, but also display Vietnamese contour marks as the surface of the loudspeaker is encapsulated with wood.
Cái loa này, cái đặc biệt, cái đặc tính của đôi loa này thì nó là một trong những cái loa mà trước đây người ta dành cho giảp hát. Thế cho nên bởi vậy chúng tôi bởi vì lúc bấy giờ người ta chỉ là ước mơ, nhưng mà nay có thể trở thành hiện thực là vì chúng tôi đã mang được cái loa của giảp hát về làm gia đình. Đây chúng tôi có ốp gỗ lên, thứ nhất là đạt được cái vấn đề thẩm mỹ. Cái thứ hai, gỗ nó có một cái tinh thần nó rất là ấm áp và nó cũng khá là truyền cảm khi chúng ta nghe ở trong một cái không gian hẹp như thế này. Thì bởi vậy là tôi thấy rằng đây là một trong những cái chúng tôi rất là mất công sức là ốp gỗ. Cái thùng này chúng tôi đóng mới, nhưng mà theo một cái kích thước rất là nghiêm ngặt. Có lẽ là do cái cấu trúc, cái đường cong của nó uốn lượn, nó tạo ra một cái sự âm thanh rất là dynamic, rất là tự nhiên, và người ta cảm thấy rất là dễ chịu khi người ta ngồi trước một cái kèn lớn như thế, xong chúng ta không thấy âm thanh nó tạo ra chúng ta sự khó chịu mà cảm thấy thăng hoa, hoặc là cách khác chúng tôi thấy nó thoải mái hơn, bởi vì chúng tôi nghe nhạc là để giải stress.
The warm, enchanting sound, the sound of the past of the vintage loudspeakers connects these people to have the same passion for music. Whenever they come across a vintage loudspeaker or a great piece of music, they gather to listen, to converse, and to comment on the loudspeaker or the piece of music. It is a Vietnamese cultural trait which is gradually becoming lost in the modern life. Restoring the vintage loudspeakers gives rhythm of a period that links a great amount of memories. That can be folk songs, immortal works of art, and the sound of the past, the sound without age.
The story of the vintage loudspeaker has cropped up our news bulletin for today. For comments and feedbacks, please send an email to naviadaily@gmail.com. Thank you for watching, and we wish you a happy weekend and see you again tomorrow.